I want you, the listener. Yes, I want you, the listener, to press the like button, the subscribe button, but more importantly, comments. Comments that you liked or disliked the topic discussed. What would you like discussed? Because you, the listener, are who is important to me so that I can provide the value that you want and need.
Joel,
Yes, Ray.
how you say a thing matters as much as what the actual words are.
Yes, my girlfriend tells me that almost all the time.
They're good at that.
Yes, they are. And it's no disrespect to her because she is usually right.
When we're dealing both with staff and our clients, what do you find are the first couple of takeaways on getting this right?
As an owner / manager, and then having layers of supervision below, and then the front line, it's all about how you set the stage. If you're talking about an issue that somebody has, the first thing you have to think is, how serious in the overall operation is it? So let's just say that someone started an account and they're cleaning, and in the middle of their shift, they get a call to their cell phone saying that there's a problem at home, and they just leave for the night. They don't notify anybody. That puts a big hole in the operation, particularly if a supervisor has been at that building earlier in the evening or has talked to that person shortly after they started for the night with, hey, these are the extra requests in that account for the day, or, hey, how's your supply? Whatever that small talk that they talk to each person to get a feel for how the person's doing. So when somebody just kind of up and leaves, sure, that hurts your client because their building didn't get cleaned in its entirety. As well as that person has done wrong, even though maybe that phone call was serious, obviously enough to have them leave, you have to understand that and be somewhat sympathetic / empathetic, even though you may not want to. Deep down, you might be
Boiling angry.
Right. So as the manager talking to the supervision that's out in the field, you might be a little gruff about what happened, but you tell them, end result is, talk to the individual, tell them that you're just going to put a note to their file. Obviously, something like that is serious, but is it serious enough? How long has that person been working for you? How many problems have incurred in the past? You take all of that into consideration. So if you just slap down a sheet of paper in front of them and say, I'm putting a note in your file because you didn't tell me that you left early.
As opposed to,
Ray, you know you should have given me a call. I understand it was an emergency and your mind might not have been right and you wanted to rush home or to the hospital or whatever it was to deal with the problem. But we do have a system of, you have to let the supervisor know because the client still needs to be cleaned. And the client, as much as you think is your friend, doesn't care because they are paying for a service and it didn't get performed. So it's not that serious of a problem. I'm just going to put a note in your file to say that we had this conversation, and I hope it doesn't happen again.
Joel, it seems to me that even letting the employee know, we didn't know if you fell down in the stairwell somewhere. We're scanning the building looking for you. That's a very real concern.
Yeah, because you go into a building, there's nobody there, but all the equipment is out. What happened? Did they fall and get hurt? Did they get suddenly sick and ill? Was an ambulance called? You don't know.
Now let's transition from talking to the employee to talking to the client.
Okay. As in?
How you talk to someone makes a difference. So some clients can come at you hot for no particular reason. They had a bad day. They might not even be angry with you.
As they say, crap rolls downhill. Sometimes you're standing at the bottom of it. I mean, I have a perfect example early in my career as a business owner when I was going through a very traumatic time with a separation with my business partner. And I was just, my cup runneth over. And I did not treat a customer with respect.
How did that end?
It ended up with a cancellation notice. And even sorry doesn't cut it sometimes. Everybody thinks that, you just say I'm sorry and it's going to make it better. But you have to understand when you are having a bad day, that does not make it your customer's bad day. Even if the customer's calling with a legitimate complaint, or maybe not even a legitimate complaint, you still have to listen. You still have to empathize. You have to apologize. And you have to fix the problem. And then you follow up with them. And you treat them with the respect that they deserve, because everybody deserves to be treated with respect.
Joel, one of the things that I've seen too in managing a team, especially when you're out in the field, and I know that You have displayed this numerous times. You might have an entirely valid reason to show up angry, to show up bored, to show up maybe not particularly thrilled about doing the job. Maybe this particular customer has been a real pain in the tush, but you are starting a job that night. Even if it's not the first night, you're starting a job. When the manager or the boss shows up with an attitude about the client, it's contagious.
Absolutely. And then they take it out on the client saying, oh, we don't have to clean this as well because they gave the boss a problem today.
Yeah.
You have to treat that client, even if you're upset with them, with respect, even out of their sight and out of their earshot, because you're right. It will rub off on your employees and then they will take it out on the client as well.
So listener, if you need some personal counsel on how to talk to staff, how to deal with problematic customers, or just how to show up at night and get the service done and inspire your team. Not be fake, to be legit and to inspire the team. Joel is a fantastic coach. He has been through this so many times before. He's handled problematic staff, problematic customers, and problems with just the facility that has to be clean. There are other videos that we have, other podcasts that we have in these series. Check out the links below. And thank you. We'd love to hear from you.
So you, the listener, thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. If you find value in this podcast, not just this one, but the series of podcasts that you have listened to, share it with a friend. Share it with your staff. Have them subscribe. If you could comment below and let me know what tidbit did you take from this particular episode that you find of value. Or what would you have liked to hear more about? We can devise another podcast and work with you personally to be able to correct or help you grow and address the problems that you have in your facility.